What is up, guys? It's D here, and today we're gonna talk about my KS-47 build and how it's been owning this and operating this for quite a while now. So if you guys are interested, I have other videos that talk about how I built this and the parts that went to it. Since a lot of you guys have been asking for me to post an exact parts list, I'm gonna have it on this video. It's gonna show up on the screen right about now. First, we're going to talk about what was my mission and my vision for this gun. So I actually built it from scratch. So I had to order all the parts that went to it. It's not something that's been assembled and then I just replaced a couple parts. I even had the parts kits, the smaller parts kits that went to it. I put that on myself. My background, I'm not really a gunsmith. I'm just very interested in guns and building guns. So I had to try it myself. It was my first time. And I would say it went really well. There's a lot of knowledge that went into building something like this, right? You actually learn a lot doing it. So my vision behind this is I wanted something that's pretty compact, something I can fit in a backpack, you know, fit on the side of my bed, on the back of my truck. You know, I want something personal defense, home defense that I can put down either a bear or a person or whatever. And so with that being said, it needs to be a little bit more powerful than a pistol caliber, a little bit more engagement range, you know, having a rifle caliber, even with a short barrel like this. So another thing that I needed is something that would run reliably and that would run very cheap. So with all those criteria mentioned, what came into mind is 7.62 by 39. I happen to have a couple boxes of hollow points, a couple boxes of regular ones, but since I already have that, it's pretty good. And another good thing about this is I already have the AK magazines, so I'm able to use that. I already have a couple of it because I have AKs as well, so that's also a plus. So that is my vision and mission for the gun. Now, what are the pros of having this? So what I like about it is I can run it very cheap. It being very compact, I can fit it on the back, my backpack. I can fit it on the back of my vehicle, wherever I need it to be. So it's very concealable. And another good thing about it is, you know, a little bit more extended range, like what I said I wanted, and a little bit more firepower than a pistol caliber. It is also very easy to engage something, especially with these sights on it, these Vortex, I believe these are the razors. I like the razors a lot. They're very good. And then this Maxim CQB brace, it looks a lot better as well with it. Now, with that being said, let's go to the negative parts of the build. With it being a 7.62 by 39 and me using a lot of Russian ammo, it runs very dirty. Now, I haven't cleaned this yet. It's been to the range a couple of times. And I know a lot of AR guys, they love to clean their guns. I've tried not cleaning this and see how far it's going to get without getting clean. One good thing that comes with that is, since this system is not very overgassed, but it is overgassed, it will power through a lot of the dirt that's in there, carbon buildup that's in there right now. So it will work for a while before it stops because of being dirty. So another negative that I have about this, there's a lot of flash signature. So now the muzzle device that I have, it reduces it by quite a bit, but there's still a bit that's left. And you can see it on my videos. It does spit fireballs, which, I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it or depending on the situation. If you're just messing around, cool, yeah, that's a good thing, because, you know, who doesn't want to see fireballs coming out of your barrel? On a tactical situation, you don't really want that, just because it gives a lot of flash signature, it gives away your position. So I tried getting another muzzle device for it. The only problem is the handguard that I have is pretty small, right? The inner diameter on it is pretty tight, that I wasn't able to fit the muzzle device that I bought. Another negative thing about having this is there's a lot of recoil. Right, so 7.62 by 39 inherently has a lot more kick to it than, say, 5.56. Now, another thing is it has a short barrel, which contributes to that as well. Last is the Maxim PDX brace that's on it, it having such a short buffer tube leaves it little space for a buffer spring and a buffer. So there's not really a lot of travel that's gonna happen in that little space that's in there. So it's gonna transfer a lot more recoil onto you. It requires you to have a heavier buffer spring in there as well because of that power of the 7.62x39 pushing that bolt carrier group. It pushes it very fast that initially when I had the buffer spring that came with the brace, it wasn't cycling properly because the bolt carrier group is going too fast. So once I put in that new spring, which I had to cut because it's a smaller buffer tube, once I had that new spring, it started cycling properly. So I would say that this actually has more recoil than my AK, but my AK is a full length AK. Now with that being said, what you can do is you can have an adjustable gas block. It will release a lot of that gas without requiring you to have such a heavy spring on it. So your system's not going to be that gas when you need it, and if you need it to have more gas in the system, you can just adjust that pretty easily. Looking at it, it's a pretty solid build for me right now. Not really much planned for it. Maybe I can put a hard reset trigger on it. That would be pretty cool. I've seen somebody do it on a build similar to this, and it ran pretty well, so I might do that. But aside from that, the trigger on this is actually pretty good, right? I actually like these AOG triggers. It's just very crisp. Now, should you build this gun? Well, that's gonna be entirely up to you. Do I think it's a good gun? Yes. What would I do if I were to do it again? I would probably get a different handguard, something bigger than the one that I have right now. Another thing that I might do is not use the KS-47, but use the CMMG. The CMMG might be a good competitor to this, so I would try that too if I were to build something else like this again. So with a bigger handguard, I would replace the muzzle device as well, and then go with the adjustable gas block and a not so heavy buffer spring. This should be the last video that I will be talking about this build, unless I do a significant upgrade on it. But I'm planning to do another build. In the comments down below, I want you guys to tell me what build should I do. So I'm looking at doing a semi-auto or a bolt action build for a 7.62x39. I think the bolt action is pretty interesting to me just because there's not really a lot of 7.62x39s out there that are bolt action. Let me know what the pros and cons are for a 7.62x39 build for a bolt action. And if you want me to do a semi-auto, give me ideas down at the comments. There's been a lot of views with my KS-47 builds. Thank you very much for all you guys' support. If you guys comment, I usually answer those comments. So I read them, I answer them. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. So don't forget to like and subscribe and keep following my videos. I'll be releasing more videos more often. I've just been very busy. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you on the next one.